Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. And I do apologize for the lack of content, but here we are. And yeah, last week was quite a eventful one. I had to move two of my good friends, and my princessin did move down as well. So I had to move my desk from my bedroom and put it out to somewhere that is a little bit more accessible for me. And so, yeah. So if you guys do notice a little bit of a difference with my voice, I do apologize. I'm still getting in grips with the whole Streamlabs, OBS, and how the system works. So please bear with me. She is sitting right next to me right now. She has her own computer, and yeah. And here is the feature presentation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to War Thunder with yours truly. And I am going to talk about how to aim an aircraft, especially for players who are just starting out, like myself, and also for veteran players as well. Hopefully, my tips and tricks will be sufficed. So, let's get to it. So, we're going to talk about those who are just starting out in the game. So when you guys first start into War Thunder, you guys will be greeted with reserved aircraft. And just for this example, we're going to use the Germans as the reserves. So when you guys first get reserved aircraft, you guys will be having the default ammunition belt. Me personally, I go for the offensive capability for my main weaponry as fast as I can, just so I have the different ammunition belts, and then as soon as I get that, I go after the flight performance, then survivability afterwards. Universal belts are more geared towards heavy aircraft, i.e. being heavy defense aircraft and bombers. And tracers are more geared towards, light aircraft and attackers that are like, light aircraft and not, twin engines. Stealth are more geared towards players who love living on the edge and want to wreak havoc on their opponents without them even knowing that they're there. So, my tips and tricks on how you can better yourself as a pilot in War Thunder is very simple. Go into test flight, go into mission editor. This option is only available if you have an aircraft selected. Once you guys hit the mission editor, you guys can select any combat theater or scenario that you guys' heart desires within realistic outtakes. Especially if you guys want to learn how to aim a bit better, set your ally and enemy skill level to rookie. Have limited fuel and have limited ammunition on. Hit apply, and then you guys can select how much allies and enemies you guys want. And just for example, we're gonna have 10 allies against 14 of the I-15Rs. Alright, so here we are and the simulation. And yeah, I am actually indeed using the red bear skin. So with this, especially for new players, definitely take the tutorial that War Thunder does provide you in the beginning. Learn the basics, and then either jump into a test flight like I'm doing right now, or go into a air arcade battle and just have fun with that. But I realize that air arcade isn't geared towards everyone, and most people like the realistic battles. So with that being said, if you guys want to jump straight into a realistic battle, you guys are more than welcome to. It's just that you only have one life, and
in AO Arcade, you have as many lives as the planes that you have in your lineup. And in test flights, well, you have 5 attempts. So if you do manage to get shot down, you can always respawn. So when you guys are first starting out, you guys will be getting used to like the lead indicator and stuff like that. Especially if you guys all new, I do recommend setting this test flight to arcade, so then you guys know exactly where the aim indicator is, and just play around with that, and then just try to remember exactly where the aim indicator is when you're trying to play in air realistic modes. There we go. Managed to take out that I-15. And once you guys have shut down the recommended enemy players, it's going to prompt you with a cinematic like that. Just hit space. And if you guys want to continue, just hit space once again. And now you guys are free to engage as many aircraft as you guys want, or as many as you guys have selected on the enemy team. My other recommendation for new players is when you guys are firing at the enemy, do it in short bursts, and don't just, hold down the left mouse button, because you guys do run the risk of jamming your ammunition or jamming your weaponry. And especially if you guys' plane is brand new, that will be either life and death to your plane. Geez, that I-15 just didn't want to go down.